What do you do when your home is a mess and you don't know where to start? Hey friends, it's Betsy from A Flourishing Place, where we talk about all things cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and homekeeping. And today we are talking all about how to clean house when you are feeling overwhelmed. Well, if we haven't met before, like I said, my name is Betsy. I have a wonderful husband and 2 small kids. And I just wanted to share today a few quick tips on how to clean your house when you are feeling overwhelmed. I have not been feeling well for the last several weeks. And because of that, many things have fallen by the wayside in our house. Laundry has piled up, dishes in the sink have piled up, the floors have not been vacuumed. I start to feel very overwhelmed and I just have no idea where to start and where to even begin. So the biggest piece of advice that I can give you, and the piece of advice that has helped me the most, is small things make a big impact. So I've talked before about something called the snowball method, where you just kind of start with a couple of small things and then you gradually work to bigger and bigger things. And as you are checking things off your list, that snowball is, like it's rolling down the hill. It's getting bigger and bigger. You're getting more and more momentum to where you get to some of the larger projects that need to get done. It does not feel nearly as overwhelming because you've got all of this momentum behind you and you've already accomplished so much. The second tip I have, or I should maybe say the second tact that you can take, is the whole idea of a quick win that is very visible and very large. So don't get me wrong, I'm not in favor of really starting a huge project. That's the kind of stuff that just stops me at the starting gate, because it's like, I am too overwhelmed. I can barely think about pulling out the vacuum cleaner, let alone doing all the rest of this stuff. And so that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is simple things that make a big visual impact. So doing the dishes would be one thing. And that is, I don't enjoy doing the dishes. I don't know who does, honestly. I think there's some people who find it relaxing and therapeutic, but I am not one of those people. But once I'm doing it, once I'm in it and the warm water is on and the soap is going and I'm loading things in the dishwasher, I'm hand washing big pots and pans, it's like I'm in it and I'm doing it and I can get it done. And the kitchen is one of those areas, just because it's the center of life often in a home, and it's where stuff gets dropped and where we're eating and where we're conversing. The kitchen is a place that really gets hit hard when we get overwhelmed and kind of behind on housework. And so anything that you can do to make a quick, big impact in the kitchen is going to go a long way towards kind of starting to clear all the mental clutter that you're feeling. I find that dishes are such a huge part of that. And so something like doing the dishes, something like picking up the kids' toys real quick in the living room, or having the kids help you pick up their toys in the living room just to clear the floor space, those kinds of things, it just gives you a little bit of space, a little bit of room to breathe, and it's going to help you towards feeling like you can take the next step in working on the house. The third tip I have, and this is the last tip, is if you follow a cleaning routine, it doesn't matter which one you follow. I follow the Clean Mama cleaning routine, but any one that works for you is great. If you normally follow a cleaning routine and it is something that you have just gotten behind on, now is the time to jump in on that. However, this is a big however, I have not, and I repeat, have not jumped back into doing my Clean Mama cleaning routine all the way. So if you've seen other videos of mine where I talk about it, you've got daily tasks, you've got weekly tasks, you've got monthly and rotating tasks where you're doing deep cleaning kinds of things. Trust me, during this season of life, deep cleaning has not been on my radar at all. What I have done in order to just take small steps to try to take back the house is to just strip the Clean Mama cleaning routine down to its most elementary level, and that is doing the daily tasks. And that's it. And that's not a lot, but it has been enough to help me most days at least stay afloat. There's 5 things. There is making the bed, checking the floors, checking the counters, throwing in a load of laundry, and cleaning up clutter, which if you are in an overwhelming season of life, that may feel like a lot to you, and that is okay. And I guarantee you, I have not picked up every piece of clutter every evening. I have not cleaned the floors every night. So basically what it has looked like for me, being in this season where I'm a little less than full capacity, is making the bed. I do try very hard to make the bed every day, and that has not always happened. Perfect transparency here, that does not happen every day, but it is happening most days, because I know for me that helps me at least feel like something is finished, something is done. Even if the rest of the day I am just down for the count and not doing great, I know that the bed is made and our room looks halfway decent. Throwing in a load of laundry. Laundry has been, and I know when life is overwhelming, that is one of those things, especially if you have kids, where piles of laundry just build up and it feels like just, man, it's so much to handle. But I have tried really hard as much as possible to throw in a load of laundry a day. Again, full transparency, that has not happened every day, but for most days, I have been able to throw in a load of laundry. Now, is it getting thrown in the wash, thrown in the dryer, and folded in the evening and put away before I go to bed at night? No. But again, full honesty, that does not happen when I'm at 100% full capacity. It always gets stuck in the dryer and it takes me forever to fold the laundry. I don't know if you've seen that meme where it's like, it takes 30 minutes in the washer, it takes 60 minutes in the dryer, and it takes 5 to 7 business days, to get it folded and put away. That's me in normal life. And so it's no surprise that that's not happening right now. But there is something about just keeping the laundry moving. And that's basically what I tell myself. It's like, Betsy, just keep it moving. Checking the floors, I will be honest, there has been a period here of probably 3 weeks of not vacuuming the carpet in our house. And I know, gross, nasty. Now, we don't have any pets, so it could be a lot worse, but I do have kids. And so 3 weeks of not vacuuming the floor. I did vacuum it the other day and it felt so good, but I finally felt up to doing it. But vacuuming has been on hold. So on the daily tasks of Clean Mama, when it says check the floors, basically what that has equated to for me every day is sweeping the kitchen and dining room after dinner. It's like getting up all the food as best I can, sweeping it up, and making sure the kitchen floor and kind of around the dining room, around the table where we eat, is clean. And that's where it's at. That's all I do in terms of checking the floors. I don't do anything fancier than that. Checking the counters. Again, I mentioned earlier about doing the dishes. That has been a big one. And again, just the goal is just to kind of keep things moving. And you know what? Sometimes the dishes sit there and it's okay, but it does feel so good to get them done. And so I'm trying as much as possible, at least once a day, to do the dishes and clear the counters off. Again, I mentioned I'm not picking up every piece of clutter in the house. In the evening time, the kids are picking up the toys, or we're picking up the toys, or we're doing it together to kind of reset that in the evening. And sometimes I'm putting things away that are on the kitchen counter or on our dining room hutch, which also seems to collect clutter on a regular basis. But sometimes those things are just sitting there. But again, it's just little efforts towards making these things happen. So if there's things that I'm headed to the bedroom anyway, I can just grab those things and put them away. If you're in a tough season, you're in a tough season, and you do the best you can with the time of life that you're in, with the energy that you have. This also goes for postpartum moms who've just had a baby. It's just real life, and it's just hard. And you know what? You are going to get to a place again where you feel on top of things, where you feel like, okay, I've got the energy to do all this stuff and I can check off my list of, 20 things or whatever, but this is not that season, and that's okay. And so it's okay to strip down your cleaning routine to the bare essentials that help you feel like you can be functional. And that's what this is for me. Okay, the house, like the carpet's not been vacuumed in a while, but you know what? There's not toys scattered everywhere. I may have a whole basket of laundry that needs to be folded and that is overflowing, but you know what? That laundry is clean. And so worst case scenario, I'm digging through there to find some of the kids' clothes, or my husband is having to dig through there to find a couple things. And yeah, that's not the most ideal scenario, but it's not the most ideal season of life in terms of whatever you're facing that is overwhelming. And so I just want to encourage you, again, you don't have to follow that cleaning routine, but just those basic few things that can help you feel like, all right, if you need to swish the toilet brush around the toilet, and make sure that your toilet is somewhat clean, or the sink faucet is wiped down, those kinds of things. I have done those on occasion during this time. Man, this is true confessions. It's embarrassing, but it's true. This is just life. So those are my 3 tips. If you are interested in watching more Clean Mama cleaning routine videos, I will link one right up here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.